So how many people would you like to receive into the UK? Bearing in mind there are 100 million people who are on the move in the world who qualify for refugee status under the UN definition. Do you think they should all be allowed to come here if we can create a safe and legal route? So what do you do with the people after we've reached the limit? What do you do with the next person?
May I answer your question, seeing as you very politely put it to me? I think that we can take more asylum seekers. We just have to change the model of our asylum system.
Well, let me put...
Okay, so very quickly, before we proceed to the full video, from that preview you just saw, the woman speaking, her name was Ash. Extremely woke. And she put forward a very woke policy that would be ineffective. And that policy is more asylum seekers should be given the thumbs up when coming to the United Kingdom. And on top of that, whilst their claim is processing, they should be given the right to work. How that works, I will never know. Extremely ineffective policy. And, you know, when you look at the UK as of recent months, you know, just a few months ago, we saw a lot of social tensions, you know, tensions between different, you know, communities. On top of that, we see our public service sector is being stretched out. You know, you go to the NHS, you can wait 8 to 9 hours to see a nurse or a doctor. Waiting times are through the roof. And she proposes, and not just that, even when it comes to jobs, when it comes to housing, we see the housing list is, the list is so long that that people are taking months, if not years, to be housed. We're seeing this. And now she proposes that asylum seekers should come in, and whilst their claims are processing, they should be given the right to work. How that works in her head, I will never understand, you know. Already we see a very polarized West. We see that in America. We see that in the United Kingdom. We even see it as it relates to, you know, the Gaza conflict. We see that there's literally two ends of the spectrum. You know, we see it in the politics in America as well, the Republicans and the Democrats. So we have a very polarized, you know, Western society right now. And, you know, America trying to do something about their immigration system. You know, they don't want people just coming in from Texas. They want to stop that and just see what's going on. You know, whilst the Democrats want people to keep coming up because, of course, they're going to vote blue when it comes to, you know, future elections. And in the United Kingdom, you know, she proposes, you know, just more asylum seekers. Yeah, just come over, don't worry. Just come over, it's all good, man. We'll fast track you to work anyway whilst your claims are processing, you know. We don't know what ideologies you have for the UK. You may want to take the UK apart. You may pledge your allegiance to foreign nations. You may be a spy. You may be espionaging in the United Kingdom. Yeah, we don't really know, but... you know, come over and we're going to make room for more people. We're not going to sort out the British people here right now that have been struggling. No, we're not going to sort them out. We need more asylum seekers to come over to, you know, put a further burden on, you know, the public sector. But anyway, guys, I'm going to play the whole video for you and then I'll just come with my analysis at the end. Go.
Right. Danny?
Well, that's true. Certainly we need to be engaging as much as possible with the, as it were, the sending countries and doing what we can to smash the gangs. And that work began under when we were in government. But fundamentally, you need a deterrence. I mean, Keir Starmer on your clip earlier saying that prevention is the key to this challenge. I'm afraid it's like saying that, you know, with crime, you know, you just need more youth clubs, but we don't need to have prisons. Yes, you need to do prevention, but fundamentally you need a deterrence. And Labour have now scrapped the only effective deterrence that is possible, which is to say to people who are...
We don't know because it never actually got off the ground.
Well, tell me an alternative. Unless illegal migrants and the people who are sending them understand that if they arrive in the UK, they will be deported, they will be removed and not allowed to stay, there is no deterrence. At the moment, the policy is they get to this country and they can stay indefinitely. Nothing we do upstream, which we need to do, about prevention will stop that essential pull factor. We've got to have an effective deterrence. And offshoring, which the Italians are now doing with Albania,
well, they're
is
starting
the right
to. Right. I mean, do you agree with this offshoring principle? Keir Starmer has, as leader of the opposition during the campaign, said it was something that they were looking at, a third country. Albania, obviously not as close to the UK as it is to Italy. Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, I think the first thing you can do to take the wind out of the sails of these criminal smuggling gangs is to open up safe and legal routes. One of the things that we've done as a country is we've made it really, really difficult for people to come here through regular means in order to claim asylum, unless you're from one of a handful of countries. So you expand safe and legal routes, it means that you can actually monitor who's coming in and assess their claims quickly. So that would be the first thing. The second thing that I would look at is change the way we treat asylum seekers when their claims are pending. So right now, we've got, I think, two bad options. Either they're completely dependent on the state here, they're subject to a dispersal policy, which means they're far away from kinship groups, members of their own community, they don't get enough support, and also they're disproportionately placed in poorer areas of this country, it creates division and resentment, or we go, oh, let's do offshoring. I think if we change the basis of how we treat asylum claims, we go, okay, well, we're going to have safe and legal routes, and while your claim's being processed, you will be allowed to work. It means that they're going to be less dependent on the state.
So you'd let them come here legally, and
so that you can process their claims, yes.
and you let them work when you're here.
And it means you take power away from criminal smuggling gangs.
Fine, but you're basically giving a great big invitation to people to arrive. You're saying we're going to increase the legal routes. Do you think that would deal with all the demand? And you're going to say you can work. You're basically saying, please come to the UK.
Well, here's the interesting thing about Italy, right? Because they've made big noises about the fact that they've cut their small boat arrivals, and they have. You know what's gone up? Temporary working visas, and they've been issued to Morocco and to Tunisia in vast numbers. So instead of having people who are, fleeing war and persecution, coming and having refugee status, which means they've got rights, they arrive to Italy as exploited workers. That's not something we should be seeking to emulate.
So how many people would you like to receive into the UK? Bearing in mind there are 100 million people who are on the move in the world who qualify for refugee status under the UN definition. Do you think they should all be allowed to come here if we create a safe and legal route? So what do you do with the people after we've reached the limit? What do you do with the next person?
May I answer your question, seeing as you very politely put it to me? I think that we can take more asylum seekers. We just have to change the model of our asylum system.
Well,
So just to conclude very quickly, I'd say that the United Kingdom need to sort out what's going on in the United Kingdom first. We're seeing so much social tensions. There's a lot of uncertainty here, and just inviting more people to come over is not going to help anything. It's only going to make things get worse, and that is a huge recipe for disaster. I can't believe that people can be this woke, knowing that we just had riots a few months ago. We have so much social tension that's been building up for a long time. We have a lot of people coming into the UK that hate the United Kingdom and want to see its destruction and downfall. And on top of that, she wants to import, more asylum seekers. That's going to work very, very well. How that works in her brain, I will never understand. But, these are, let's just be honest, these are communists. This is a communist ideology. They want to destroy capitalism. They are not in favor of private enterprise. And, it shows. So yeah, terrible policy, I will say that. So yeah, but anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.